So welcome to today's edition of Trailblazers Talk. I'm your host Viviani, and in today's show I have a special guest. Her name is Ms Sena. Egbenu. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. And today we're going to be talking about midwifery. She's a senior midwife. She's also an elder in the church. So she's going to talk about her Christian journey and also how her faith has impacted her work as well. So
my name is Sena Egbenu. I am a born-again Christian, following Jesus to become like him, a mother of 3 amazing angels, and a gospel minister as well, and a digital midwife by profession.
Thank you so much. How does your Christian faith come into play?
It comes into play a lot because it is the way I act and interact with the people, the women that we care for, and the staff that we work with as well. So I've moved away from being in the labor ward with the deliveries and all that, and now I'm more dealing with digital, so with data and things like that. But I still have some communication with patients regarding the electronic records, so I'll call them. And sometimes, pregnant women, the hormones all over the place, so just being calm and listening to them, because a lot of complaints that we get is that women are saying, I'm not listening to, they didn't listen to me. So I try to be patient and listen to them, ask them what they want, and then give them the informed information that they need, and then support them with that as well.
And so what inspired you to become a midwife?
Interesting. So I did an education degree. So I came to this country in 2001 thinking I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to teach children, everything. And then I started and I was like, no, it's not for me. So I went into the health field, and I started as a healthcare assistant in 2005. Okay. And then whilst I was working with midwives in an antenatal clinic. And I love the fact that, in fact, it changed my whole perspective of midwifery. Midwifery was about focusing on the holistic woman's health. So it's not just the baby that says, oh, I love babies. No, it's the woman's health, mental, social, psychological, and then her physical health as well. So, and also the fact that it's such a rewarding profession that at the end you support women and families to bring a new life into the world. And I think it's a very nice workplace. So I was watching the midwives and I thought, yeah, I think I like that. And also just supporting women, I would love to do that. So in 2007, I went into my training as a midwife for 3 years. So my last daughter was 4 months, and then I started my training. Wow. But it was just been amazing. Had lots of supports. So that's inspiration from seeing the support of women, supporting women and their families to bring that new life into the world. That was the main inspiration. That's brought me into the career, and I qualified in 2010. I've been practicing since then.
Oh. So what are some of the challenges you face as a midwife, and how have you navigated that to get to where you are as a senior midwife?
So as a newly qualified midwife, and also not too long in the UK, I came with that kind of African mentality where you don't even have a voice almost. You can't even speak your mind about things. And so it's, as I came in, I had to quickly unlearn some things and learn some things as well. How to create that initial rapport when you enter a room, with the family. Introduce yourself to them very vocally and be nice and warm to them. Find out where they are with the process of the labor, and tell them the plan of care going forward. Let them inform them at every point in time so they know what to expect. Make sure that involving the partner, or maybe the mother or the dad that's with the woman supporting her. I think challenges that I've had is with not even more with patients, it's more with the staff. The staff that we work with. Yeah. Being a Christian and standing in your place to do the right thing and going the extra mile, giving, because it's a job that takes all of you. So you must be passionate to actually do it. If you come in to just do it for I just want to get some money and go away. No, you will not impact the lives that you are. So going that extra mile, you get some criticisms, you know, subtle comments from people like, oh, she's too much, she's too this. But then the interesting thing is that you get the positive responses coming from the women. You know, women that you've cared for, you've even forgotten, and they come and drop like a card, or someone made like a mug with my name on it. And they live way outside London. A year after the baby, they still remembered my name and came back. So, and I could remember that shift that I had finished, almost waiting for the handover, but I just stayed on a little bit more, just for that last moment to support them. So doing that, and over time, I can see that I have also impacted my colleagues, because they are saying that, well, this thing is not about just, you know, it's more about giving that holistic care. So even though there were some criticisms and everything, and also I've mentored students as well. And while mentoring them as well, I have shown them my own, you know, my experience over the years and how that has helped me to become who I am as well. And coming away from being on the labor ward, antenatal, postnatal, and from 2016, I then kind of like was thinking of, because of a health challenge, I was finding how I could actually still work as a midwife, be in that space. Physically, I could not be able to do because of the health condition I had. So then I got I applied for a post which was available to become a digital midwife. And interesting, because that also progressed me above a higher banding as well, and training staff onto the maternity health system that we do, supporting them on how to enter information. I tell people that if you have a mobile phone, you can do this, because they're always like, oh, I don't like computers. I don't do computers. We want to still write in the book. I said, no, we are moving into the digital space. So also encouraging the digital literacy, because we have people that are like a little bit slow with, you know, typing and things like that, but sitting with them on the ward. I do a lot of floor walking in my role. It's an office base, but I like to be with the people, because if you are with them, you get less errors, which will come back to you. Yeah, if you're not with them, they do the error, it comes back to you, then you have to correct them. So it is, even though it's office based as a digital midwife, working with the data, making sure that the data that we enter into the system about patients is correct. It's quality data, so that we can extract it for auditing, for research. So it goes a long way as well. So it's been exciting and amazing, and I love what I do. I really love it. I do. I love what I do.
So I just want to ask a quick question. You know, the midwifery in Africa and here, what do you see the sharp contrast of how midwives treat the patients or mothers?
So I haven't practiced in Africa, but I remember being young and hearing my aunties talking about that, and I could see that the difference is really vast. It's more like, I am the midwife, I'm here. You are the patient, you're coming to have a baby, listen to me. It's what I tell you is what you do. Kind of like in Africa. If I say push, you have to push, regardless of whatever. And also, in terms of the resources to have like extra assessment and things like that, it's not there. Here, the woman is the center. We have to give the woman the woman and her family a lot of information. And now, so that you allow her from where she is to make her own informed choice. It's really, really important. And also the care we give here in the UK is individualized. So I won't say that, oh, because Vivian came and then I gave her epidural when she was 6 centimeters. Every woman will have the 6 centimeters. No, somebody may need it for 1 centimeter. It's because everyone's pain threshold is different. So you meet the woman, you struck the rapport with them, you find out where they are, you tell them where they are going to be, but on the journey, you tell them all the options they have, and you help them to make the choices, the woman and her family. At the moment, the terminologies have changed, so we call them birthing people, because you know we have trans women, we have same-sex relationships and things like that, so we respect all those journeys as well, and make sure that everyone is inclusive in the care that we provide as well. Also, I think in Africa, from stories I've heard, this is I haven't practiced, but I see that here we kind of like put the women in categories in terms of high risk, low risk, you know, and we have what we call the caseload in midwifery, where we have the vulnerable women who have mental problems, socially deprived and everything. So they have like a one-to-one, a midwife from the beginning, which is the booking appointment, all the way until delivery and after. So they are known by the family as well. So kind of like that's that difference.
Yeah. And so I just want to share experience. I remember when I was having Jerry, I had 2 types of midwives.
Yep.
One came, she was, I would say, not our color, but she came and she was so nice. She was like, if you need anything, let me know and I'll help you. And I was like, oh, this is so nice. And then I had one that was our color. I pressed the bell. She said, what do you want? What you need anything? What is the matter? So I was like, the other lady said I could press the button with it. I said, don't press that, I'm doing something. And I'm like, okay. I never pressed the bell to all of that was between. So it would be nice if there's that paradigm shift where they know that, you know, if a woman needs help, you know, like Carrie was saying, go the extra mile, because you remember, because I still remember that incident and the lady that helped and the lady that didn't help. So that's really nice that you're doing the extra mile when you were, you know, doing it. So what kind of advice would you give anyone that's aspiring to be a midwife, like younger girls or?
Yeah, it's interesting that you remember, and it's really important what you're saying. Like you remember things that was said.
Yeah.
And it's really because from my own personal experience as well, my midwives were really nice to me, and I remember the name of the first midwife when I delivered my first baby because she was the name is just stuck in my brain. She was so nice and everything. So, advice to young aspiring midwives. It will be essential to have kind of like a work experience placement in the midwifery unit to find out what you're going in for. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I love babies. Babies are so cute, they're so nice and everything. It's not about the babies. The whole process of midwifery is about the woman's health. So think about the holistic woman's health. The baby comes at the end, and then we then care for the baby as well. But the social situation of the woman, psychological state, all of that comes into play. So a work placement will be really helpful. And then also maybe reading about, speaking to your a midwife friend that you know as well about it, about what, because some midwifery has different areas. So you can be in the community midwifery, teenage midwifery. We have midwives who just like deal with teenagers. And then we have hospital-based midwives as well. So find out, read around, visit a unit, have that, even if it's a 1 week, usually they give them 1 week when they are in secondary school. Have that, and then it will give you a feel of what you're going in for as well. And then also ask yourself whether you have the passion. It is a career that comes with a lot of you, and then you have the knowledge, you put it together, and then you apply. So if it is just the knowledge without the passion, you might struggle. Yeah, because you have to almost give yourself. You finish a shift and you are like drained, but then you are happy as well because you've given into a family's life as well.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate you. And I hope you've learned something, especially if you're a midwife and you're watching, take the nuggets and everything that she has shared. And then thank you so much for coming on. And this has been Trailblazers Talk. She's actually a trailblazer because she is a senior midwife, and that's why I brought her on. So stay tuned and also share, like, and comment. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, then. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.